Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Schley. I'm a graduate student at Tarleton State University, currently working on receiving my master's in curriculum and instruction as a certified reading specialist. I'm also currently working at a K-5 school as a special education teacher in Texas. And I love my job, and I especially love finding technology for teachers that can help support them in the classroom. There are a lot of different apps out in the world, and it's hard to fish through them sometimes and decide which one might be successful for your classroom and your set of students. And today I'm going to talk about one that I have really enjoyed diving into and getting to know more and see how it can help me in the classroom. I've also enjoyed sharing that with other teachers because a lot of their questions have to do with, well, how do I support the student, especially in reading, because reading has to do with everything we're working on, with math, with science, with social studies. Reading is a big part of all subject areas, and so finding a place where students can get reading at their own level, at their interest level, nonfiction, fiction, is a really great resource for teachers to have. Another reason I like this site, it's called Epic, and it's getepic.com, is because it's free, and not free like for a trial or free but upgrade to the pro version where you can do everything. It is free for teachers, and so that's been very helpful, especially since we don't want to spend a whole lot more money on other things when we're already spending a lot of our money. Like I said, they have a lot of different books here, 25,000 books, ebooks, fiction, nonfiction, videos, quizzes. They have Spanish books. So it really is a great place to find books that can really reach any student in the classroom. So first, you get started by creating an account. So I'm going to sign in here. And this is Epic. The first thing you probably want to do is add your students. In here I've added my students, and it's really nice for me because I can add a student here. I can add a class roster, but I can add my own student and I can put their individual grade level. I can create groups here, like I have a second grade group, so it really helps when you have just a variety of different groups. I can even go into the students here and edit them after. I can add their parent email so their parents can come onto the website and see what their child is working on. Once you've created the group in your own site, it'll give you a code, and that's how the students log in. And me as a teacher, I can go in and explore the website. So say we're doing a unit on weather. So I'm going to come in and search weather. I'm going to look through the books, the audio books, whatever I think is best. I can assign books to different groups, to different students. I can come into a book, and this is a Read to Me book.
My Science Library, Studying Weather and Climates by Conrad J.
So it's going to read the whole book to the students. As you can see, it's a 4.8 AR level, so about 6 to 8, depending on your student. It can work for a lot of different students, and because it's a Read to Me book, it's really nice because students of different levels can enjoy this book. So I can come in here. It's really nice for students when it's not a Read to Me book. They can come into any book,
weather,
click on a word, and it'll say that word for them, and it'll tell them the definition, how to use it, how it's used in different ways. So I really like that, and have really taught my students to use this and use this to go over a word that maybe they're stumbling on, or a word that sounds funny in the sentence that they're saying, to make sure that they're saying it correctly. I can also go in here and I can create a quiz. If I have something, maybe I'm studying the rain cycle, and I picked a rain book. Well, I can come in here and create my own questions and assign that to my students. I can also add this to a collection. So maybe I wanted a weather book, and I can create that, and then it's all added in there. I can favorite this book, say I really like it, want to go back to it in a lesson, and check that out. So there are a lot, as you can see, there are a lot of books here about weather, quizzes that have already been made that I can look at to see if they would work for what I'm trying to get to this across to my students. I can look at collections from other teachers to see what they've looked at and what they like. So once I decide what my unit is, what I'm going to teach, and which books best support my learning, I can come to activities and I can assign that to my students. In activities, I can also see what books are they reading on their own, how are they doing, maybe they're not spending as much time on the books as they should, maybe they just checked it out for a second. I can look at each student and I can create a reading log for each student. Let's look at someone who's used it. Here we go. So I can create a reading log here for this student, print it off, and show the parents how they're doing. I can come in my assignments and see, okay, there's that weather book, and let me assign that now to my students. I can come and look at my books. I created this about Christmas that they've been looking at, and I can assign it and edit it if I needed to. I can check out the quizzes that I've made. So I have a draft here that I'm working on for water cycle. Look at the quizzes that I've already published, and I can even take a look at the quiz results and say, okay, which students got it and which students still need work and which students maybe missed the entire book, and I need to go back and maybe with a few of these have a group and go over the book together and decide. So it's really nice because it really reaches the students. It gives teachers data about what the students are doing, what they're reading, and how they're spending their time on here. I can look at really quickly the student login. So say I have a student here. I'm going to pick the sample student and go here, and this is what the student's view looks like. So I can look, if I had an assignment here, I would have gone to my mailbox and there would have been something right here to work on, but since it's a sample student, there's nothing for me to work on. So I can come here, I can search anything, say I like animals, and it's the same for the students. They put in what they like and they can find frogs or koalas or dinosaurs or whatever it is that they wanted to look up. And they can watch. There's kid-friendly videos too that you teachers also have the ability to disable. If the kids are spending too much time watching videos, then you might want to come here. It's in your account. I can show you in a second where that is. But here are some videos that are all kid-friendly. So it's a really great website. There's a lot of books here. There's a really good collection that can help students to find their interests, what they like, and get excited about reading and read at their level and feel supported through the computer. I know I go through a lot of books where I'm constantly having to tell words to students, and it's hard to move through so many students at one time, but this website supports students and teachers in reading. It's a great source. It's free, and there's a lot to it. So I hope you found it interesting and decide to try it on your own sometime. It's Epic for Educators at getepic.com.